and elite wide receivers, and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on last year's national champion, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. From inside his own 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Rushes on him, and he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He's got it down the left. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. He is flat slinging it. Tigers hope they can put together an offense like that Deshaun Watson-led group in 2015 that went for over 5,000 yards.
Yeah, and he was so hard to stick out. He was fun to watch, and you watch him scramble around, make plays with his legs. And this offense, it's kind of evolved over the years, and they've changed, but it's pretty much the same. They're going to feature their quarterback. They're going to throw the football, and he's usually a dang stud.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance, and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
Blasted as he lets it go. Finds a tight end. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. The Tigers have it in scoring position on first and goal. Big fella moving. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Coming out aggressively. Brings it in down the left side. Finds some room. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it down the left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. Try to bully their way for the first. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Firing to the right, complete. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. There he goes! Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Pulls and fires complete to the right.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers. They just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses it.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Pick off! What a play by this defense! He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there!
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They'll go right back to him. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Turning it on! There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Alabama pushing the tempo. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. Tight end now in motion. The give to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for attacking for me.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's got it. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much worse as the defender was right there.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Alabama quickly back to the line. A quick He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They bring the punter onto the field now.
Number 32 in punt formation to kick it away.
That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. Running into the open space. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Snagged out of the air. Breaks into the open. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it out. It's Gentry. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Give to the single back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to run for it. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to...
Oh, he's got some space. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, they were trying to go RPO. The quarterback decided not to hand it off, and the pass rush just swallowed it up. They got to him so quickly, knocked the ball out, and jumped on it.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Going right to work up top. Forced out of the pocket. It's complete to the right. Finally corralled, and not before. He picks up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Oh, he's got a chance. Picks up the first down. There he goes. Inside the touchdown, Clemson. Once he got some room, it was over.
And that's 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Just continuing to find the end zone, continuing to make plays. This guy is on pace for a great season. He's putting the college football world on notice.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Looking to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Makes the catch on the right side. There he goes. Touchdown time. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's 1-on-1, but not 2-on-1. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
They'll go back to the air on second down. Finds a man on the left. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Now improvising. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. His job chasing by the defense.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Looking deep. He's got it inside the 15. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This is one of those games where you got to make every single possession count. You got to give the offense credit. They did a nice job executing. If they hit this extra point, they're going to take a touchdown lead into halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's going to wrap up the first half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Gentry. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their quarterback. put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. This quarterback part of their running game. It's a fumble. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Under fire. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. They go to the ground. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
All right, on offense, you're trying to catch him napping on 3rd and long. You try to run the football, but good job by the defense not being fooled and giving themselves an opportunity now to get the ball back.
Yeah, and you got to do a better job not getting in 3rd and long. Offense has to be better on 1st and 2nd down, so you're not forced in these 4th down situations where now you're in limbo of what you want to do.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's got him. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll keep it himself. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. The quarterback run game historically has been very good to Clemson.
Reese, and I would argue that Clemson kind of put this on the map. I mean, back in the day with Woody Dantzler, he was such a good athlete, and they used tempo, and they changed the game up a little bit. Everybody saw it, and I think started to implement it more and more, and Clemson's definitely built their brand, especially offensively, on that spot, being able to do that.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Lost the fire on 2nd down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
A first down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Dumps it off in the flat. Touchdown Tigers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 10 to Duke. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gentry. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and they did, but this time the defense up to the challenge.
And when you slide that running back out of the backfield, like I'm thinking pass. I got to be locked in, and I got to see him, and the linebackers have to see him and understand when the quarterback throws him the football. I got to break on it, and everybody's got to corral him because he's so dangerous after the catch.
Complete. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's got it again. Makes it past the marker. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Trying play action. Gonna take a shot. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. See what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. They're going to run it to the right. Turning it on. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down.
Offense backed up inside their own 10-yard line. You got to give yourself some space to work, so you dial up the run play, and your offensive line delivers. Huge holes up front for that big game.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. To the ground. He's got it again. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Montgomery. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Picks up 7. First down for the offense.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Handoff to the lone back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Singleton. They'll make the stop about a yard short on the first down.
It's a bang-bang play, running a slant. The DB's draped all over the wide receiver. He's got to make a contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
They'll run for it. Got room to work. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
You know, the risk on defense on 4th and short, putting all those guys close to the line of scrimmage, is that if the offense creases you, it's going to be an explosive play, and that's exactly what happened. They weren't able to stay in all of their gaps, and the offense breaks off an explosive run on 4th and short.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And his slips just inside that right upright. And now they take the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Pitt is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. They've got to be loving this in the Steel City. They're up by 18 over Syracuse. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it.
And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pocket breaking down. Got a little space. QB got it himself. Lots of room to run. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired.
Man, it is do or die time right now for this offense playing at home, and the quarterback just takes the play over. On fourth down, knowing they're trailing, doing anything he can to scramble, find a way to keep this team alive in front of this home crowd. This is going to go down to the wire.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get them on the ground quickly.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind, but that last one is 2nd and 14. Makes the grab. Tackled there by the defense.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are often...
Oh, no, the ball popped change things. Defense trying to take it back. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Wants to go up top on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Uncorks it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. At the 45 on his way. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
And this defense is all over the quick game right now. They're up in possession, and they are tackling and they're pursuing the football. Nice play on that one.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Trying to set up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming.
You know, you wonder sometimes if this quarterback, because of the success he's had earlier in the game, running the ball, just thinks every time I scramble, something good is going to happen. I think that time, guys, he should have stayed in the pocket and tried to take a shot, because it looked to me like he had a guy open downfield.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Snap to the back. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fires into the end zone. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So they see the potential tying score wiped out by the penalty, and now time is starting to be against them. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Scrambling away. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring a touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Did some work on the return. They mark him out of bounds right at the 20.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing. It's late in the game. You're having to throw the football. You're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of the DB. Nice job by the defense.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. On the ground, it's Davidson. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Okay, ready?
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.